Hey guys, Hello Shades here, and this is the most anticipated episode I guess that we had, and it is the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe edition. Yeah, so today I'll be giving a review on it and stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be fun, and let's begin. It starts out with the Watcher rambling on about usual business and stuff on like how the story could play out. Then he takes us to the Marvel's first family home, the Fantastic Four, where you see orange rocks scattered everywhere, and Reed Richards is dying. He tells Susan, his wife, that he sent the kids to the negative zone, and they can't come back. Susan cries, and then she hears a loud crashing bang noise. She goes and finds that it's Johnny Storm, or Miss Human Torch, and a plane has crashed on him. And out of the flames comes Deadpool and slits his throat, and saying he put up a better fight than he expected. Then, Johnny Storm's blood splashes onto Mrs. Invisible. Yeah, Mrs. Invisible, and which is his sister, and Deadpool sees her. Deadpool starts rambling on, and Susan makes his head go, makes his head explode. He turns around, and Deadpool stabs her. Then it goes back to the Watcher that is explaining why Deadpool is doing this, which nobody can really explain, but okay. Then there's a guy named Dr. Benjamin Brighton. And they're walking down the hall, and the X-Men, with Charles Xavier is walking, not in a wheelchair, walking, brings in Deadpool, and it turns him over to Dr. Benjamin, who says that he can cure Deadpool. Well, it turns out that the Doctor was actually a villain called Psycho Man, and trying to brainwash Deadpool. It didn't work. It just unreleased a really deadly force inside him. He's let his voices and said start fighting, and only one is left, and he orders him to kill everybody, villain and hero alike. And his first victim was Psycho Man, which he used as a stamp. To sign his release forms. Then he goes and burns the entire insane asylum down, which houses the the leader, and a bunch more of the villains. They are dead. Then you see, then the Watcher comes back into play, and Deadpool hits him with a ray gun and asks him, "Who are you talking to?" Then he cuts off his head. Then he says, "It's going to be going. They're going to want to see what's next. They're going to want to watch this world burn." And that's the end of issue 1. And here is issue 2. Or part 2. Starts off with a TV report saying how it shows how Ghost Rider's dead, Doctor Doom is dead, Howard the Duck is dead. And the news reporter mentions that the Fantastic Four, some of the Avengers, and even members of the X-Men are counted among. And she goes, oh, Hank. So, I don't know this woman, but she obviously was dating Hank, which is Beast. Then on the next page, you see Deadpool and Spider-Man fighting off. Spider-Man Spider-Man gets the upper hand by Deadpool crashing to the ground. He makes the comment that better psychopaths than you have tried, pal. Maybe you should worry less about killing me and more about the rapidly upcoming asphalt. And Deadpool crashes into a cop car. And Spider-Man says, "Ouch, that's got hurt. Good thing you have that healing factor of yours, which is more than can be said about the people you slaughtered. You're lucky I'm not like you. You're lucky I don't kill you for what you done. Am I? Do you think they would let you break character even if you wanted to?" What? Then Spider-Man says, "What? I don't want to hear any more about your banter, okay? You stole that whole merc with a mouse routine from me. You know that, right? And you slice and dice routine haven't served you well so far, so forget threatening me. Threaten to cut my guts." And Deadpool goes, You're right. I'm not going to cut you." He pulls a gun to his head and goes, Poof. And the Amazing Spider-Man is dead. The crowd's in shock of what Deadpool has done. And as he walks off, that voice in his head says, "It doesn't matter. They all have to die." Then we go to the Avengers Tower, or mansion, whichever it is in this universe. And you see Captain America going, "Alright, I guess we should get started." And Captain Marvel's like, "Are you kidding? This isn't even half the active roster. Yeah, alone the reserve members. Where is everyone?" Then Luke Cage says, "Deadpool has already killed Black Panther, Tigra, and Iron Fist. It's possible he killed others we don't know about. It's a safe bet some of the others are in hiding." Then Captain America says, "Avengers don't hide, Luke." Spider-Woman then says, "They don't die either, but that didn't stop Deadpool from killing Spider-Man, did it? We're all hurting. We've lost so many. But we need to figure out what we're going to do about it. That's what Captain America said, sorry. Then Wolverine goes, there ain't but one thing to do, is kill or be killed. Then Luke Cage says, that maniac murdered Danny. I want a little payback. Then Captain America started talking again, but Jarvis comes in, Human Jarvis, says, Dr. Pym is missing. Iron Man rushes to Jarvis and says, what's wrong, Jarvis? It's Dr. Pym. He's been in his lab all day, but now I can't find him. He was concerned that his supply of Pym particles was depleted, as if someone stole them. Then Wolverine goes, Pym particles. I know who Deadpool's next target are. Us. Then a giant explosion goes off. And you see Captain America, before he dies, goes, Avengers, take cut. And he dies. You see the corpse of Iron Man, Captain America. And you see Deadpool with the Ant-Man's helmet. And you see here, Luke Cage goes, not so fast. Then it has cuss word. You need more than a couple of bombs to take out someone with unbreakable skin. Then sets off bombs that were inside Luke Cage that he put in the coffee. Then Thor comes out, throws his Major, and Deadpool kicks it back at him and uses the Pym particles to make it gigantic, which crushes Thor. Then Deadpool goes up to him and says, what can I say? Have at thee. And he goes, boop. Then the voice in the set says, are you satisfied? Deadpool says, should I be? And the voice said, never. Then Deadpool goes, I'm sorry. It had to be this way. I'm sorry they don't understand. They always thought I was crazy, but they never realized I saw the world the way it really is. And the voice says, you just weren't willing to do anything about it until now. Deadpool then states, they never realized they were puppets made to dance and love and die and suffer just like me. You are doing them a mercy, and you just kill Earth's mightiest heroes in one fell swoop. Everything from here on out should be easy. Here on out should be a cakewalk. And then you see the Hulk ripping him apart. Hulk goes, you hurt Hulk's friends. You killed Hulk's enemies. Only Hulk gets to kill Hulk's enemy. Hulk doesn't want to be bothered by annoying stabbing man. Hulk just wants to be left alone. Then he turns back into Bruce Banner. Then you hear Deadpool goes, you shouldn't rip me apart and then take a nap. You wouldn't like me when I've been ripped apart. Then he cuts off Bruce Banner's head, which simultaneously kills the Hulk. Then the voice says, Spider-Man, the Avengers, and the Hulk. Not bad for a few days' work. If he does that in a few days, nobody's going to stop him. Then it goes to Peter Parker's house. And you see Miss Aunt May with a bunch of other people. Mary Jane Watson. I think that's James J.J. Jordan, James J. Johnson, Jameson in the background. But they all has gathered a bunch of money, gold, and stuff, and they paid Taskmaster to go kill Deadpool. And the Taskmaster says, not a problem. Part 3. You see Venom spidered everywhere. You see Hydra all taken out. You see one hanging in the background. You see the Green Goblin with his head chopped off. And I don't know the last one. Then it goes to a warehouse where you see Deadpool and Xavier talking, Professor X. And Deadpool says, you really think any of us can actually feel anything? Then Professor X says, of course. Deadpool then says, well, this next part is really gonna suck for you then. Then he stabs him in the leg. Alright, now say it. Just like we practiced. Say it! Then Professor X starts crying and says, to my X-Men. To me, my X-Men. Then you see Pixie, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and don't know him. And Cyclops uses his heat beam at a door, which bounces back, circles his head, and it blows up and it kills all of them. Then you see Professor X, so dear Lord, Scott, Sam, Emma. Then Deadpool comes and says, the other one's name is Pixie, in case you forgot. Never could understand why you felt the need to continually expand your cast of characters. Sorry, your student body. Speaking of which, let's see how your other proteges are doing. Then you see Rogue, Cyclops, and I think Gambit, and Colossus is holding the things open. Then you see here, Rogue says, someone turned this whole place into a death trap. Then Gambit says, we got out of worse spots, though. No, I'm sure Colossus can keep the walls from crushing this long enough for. Then they all get electrocuted, and the wall closes in on them. I guess then Deadpool goes, guess I won't be getting my security deposit back. Do you know how hard it is to air out the stink of electrocuting mutants? And Professor X goes, Deadpool, please. Then the voice in his head says, he wants to talk now. You know it never has been easy for him to get inside your head. He's hoping if he can connect with you, he might be able to read your mind. Let him. Deadpool then grabs him by the chin and says, what's on your mind, Chuck? What's this? See it? I figured it all out. Everybody thought I was crazy. A start, raving maniac. All because my world view was a little different. That's not true, says Professor X. Yes, it is. But it turns out I'm the only person in the whole world who who sees things clearly. I just didn't realize it. You know how they say your subconscious can work to solve your problems for you without you ever realizing it. Well, my subconscious has been trying to tell me something for years. Sorry. I just wasn't ready to listen. It wasn't to Psycho Man messed around in my noodles that everything came together. So I guess I should thank you for having me committed. So what if I break the fourth wall? It's the fourth wall that's been breaking me, crushing each and every one of us for all as long as we've been in existence. Then you hear Charles Xavier goes, "Enough! I will not let you hurt anyone else. I'm sorry, Wade, but I'm shutting you down. I'm shutting your mind down. I'm going to make sure you never. Oh, I never realized." And he starts crying, and he goes into a vegetative state. Then you see Magneto and a acid jello fight, and see Kitty Pryde trapped in a thing that she can't escape from. Then Wolverine comes in, and he finds Arcade, and he's crying and chained up and saying that Deadpool has been making him build these death traps, and he can't make no more. Then he sees his kids, X-23 and Dakin, both dead, and they both have healing factors, but Deadpool has set it up where they will burn for eternity and be dead for eternity. Wolverine gets really angry. Then he finds Deadpool wearing Beast, and they start fighting. And Deadpool says, "A samurai mountain man." Then Wolverine says, "That sword doesn't make you a samurai." Maybe not, but it is a carbon adamantium blade, and I know that wreaks havoc on your healing factor, and he kills Wolverine. But he says, "Your tendency to come back from the brink of death is nothing to do with your healing factor. Your mutant power isn't regeneration, it's popularity. But don't worry, I've got big plans, and all the popularity in the world can't save you this time." And he cuts off his head. Then Taskmaster goes into Doctor Strange's house, where you see Doctor Strange in a sacrifice position with a sigh in him, and his protege has been killed. Then the fourth part and final part, you see a all-out war, and you see the Wizard, Black Widow, Dr. Octopus, and Iron Fist, which was previously said to be dead, fighting. Then you see Daredevil crashing into the ground with his stick jabbed into his eyes. Then it pans up to the top of the building, where you see Kingpin, Falcon, and a bunch of other superheroes and villains about to jump off and commit suicide. Then you see target finders, a scope vision, and then you see Deadpool and Punisher shoots Deadpool. Then he rushes over to the site where the building and stuff, and it turns out it wasn't Deadpool. It was Puppet Master dressed as Deadpool. Then Punisher goes, and you hear, "Dear diary, dear war journal. Today, after years of being a hard ass, killer of murderers, I got pwned by a Cabbage Patch Head doll. Thanks for nothing, righteous fury and vengeance." Then you see Deadpool bring the doll's hand up. It has a gun in it. Bring it to his head. Punisher starts shaking, and Deadpool goes, bang, and Punisher is dead. Then he grabs up Thanos doll, Galactic doll, Silver Surfer's doll, and kills him. Which I don't know why Puppet Master didn't do that in the first place. Then it takes us to the Everglades, where Taskmaster and Deadpool start fighting off. Taskmaster hears the voice in Deadpool's head, but doesn't know that it's his voice in his head, not Deadpool talking. And they fight and fight. Then when Taskmaster starts mimicking his moves, the voice in his head goes, "That's it. His muscle memory is kicking in." His reflexes mimicking ours. Lets his eyes open to our gospel. And then Taskmaster yells, "Shut up!" He can hear me. "Of course I can hear you. You won't shut up." And then he goes on, and Taskmaster sees what Deadpool was thinking. And the Man-Thing comes behind him and burns him. Then Deadpool looks directly at Man-Thing and goes, "Look at you, you poor bastard. Standing guard over all creations, protecting all those tortured, painful existence. Watching your own wrecked life play out over